What's good, people? It's your boy Dre Day every day. Back with a figure for you. A figure that I'm like overly excited to get because I've been waiting on this joint for like a fucking year. I think that was a year I put the order in for this. But we got Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. And man, Ghost of Tsushima, I got an interesting little story about how it came about and me liking it and how I attached to it. But let's get everything out the box, then we'll talk about it. Before I get to the figure, I want to just show you a couple things. So I jumped on it, got that steel book. That's how this joint look. I'm a sucker for things like steel books. Look at that dust. Caught me lacking on camera. But I'm a sucker for things like steel books. This is slip cover, pretty much probably what the regular casing looks like. Got that, and also picked up Jin Sakai as a pop figure. I recently got into pop figures because a really close friend of mine, very close friend of mine, bought me a pop figure, and I saw how cool they were, and I started buying them myself. But nonetheless, here we have what you're here for, the Figma Jin Sakai. Since I got the front off, let me get the figure out so nothing doesn't fall. But man, this figure here is so fucking fire. And bruh, man, when I first saw the listing for this, I went fucking crazy. But hold on, before I do that, he comes with his bow. Here's an arrow, and he has 3 different swords. Well, this is like his combat sword. This is a shorter sword, and this is like his blade, his assassination blade. And down here he has some. How many hands? How many hands do you got? Let's look into it. There we go. And of course, signature Figma stand. But 4 sets of hands, and I don't know if you can see that the ghost armor hand plates are on there. But back to this guy. And he comes with his regular, out the box he's gonna have this face on there, his regular face, but this is the ghost right here. And these little deals, they're not the actual swords, they're just little tips to put in there to simulate like he has the swords sheathed. But man, speaking about Jin Sakai, and I'll be kind of going through articulation while telling this story. But speaking of this, like when they first announced this at the, was that 2018 PlayStation E3, the last E3 that mattered. Hell, the last E3 if I'm not mistaken. This caught my attention. I wasn't as excited about it as I was Days Gone, because I thought Days Gone looked like a new whole fresh take on the zombie thing, and I was excited about that more so than this, because me personally, I like ninjas more so than samurai, because ninjas are quicker, faster than samurai. But nonetheless, I was getting it. Wasn't super excited about it, but I was like, hey, let's check this out. And this Sucker Punch, I know them for Infamous, whatever. Game comes out. Well, Days Gone comes out, and Days Gone actually disappoints me. And then what is this? I knocked one of the deals. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take these out so we're not dropping everything. I'll find that later. No, there it is. This comes out, and I played for a little bit, and I got really excited about it. And at some point, I just put it down, because the way you start off with with a one stance. I think I leveled up to like two stances, and then the something about it, I just kind of got tired with it. Put it down for like a month, and then I said, you know what? Let me go back to it. Pick this joint back up, and then got to the four stand, got to the four stances, got to where they have like this little lightning mode to where you can kill enemies with one hit, and got to a point where you could assassinate. Went from assassinating one person at a time to three people at a time, and man, the got the poison darts, the firecrackers, the man, the way that when you fully powered up, this game just goes completely. It just goes completely beast mode. And then ultimately, as I was playing it, getting more invested in the story, this joint landed on my. This game is in my top 25 games of all time. So yeah, I'm very, very partial to Jin Sakai in this story. Little brief synopsis. Jin Sakai, his father was killed in a battle, and they were raised in a village that believed in fighting enemies head up. I can't remember the names, so forgive me with that. But they were trained to fight their enemies head up, like face up in combat. They got attacked by this group that were completely ruthless, and they attacked in numbers, extreme numbers. Like his village was pretty much slaughtered. Jin Sakai was almost killed. His uncle gets captured, and Jin pretty much has to figure out how to save his village. And what he has to do, he has to take what he knows, but he also has to attack out of the shadows because of so many different numbers. It's like you can't just fight. You might pull up in a little camp might have about 30 people there. You can't fight 30 people head up. Now, as he's doing this, he's saving the village, but he's losing honor with his family. So you watch the whole relationship between him and his uncle deteriorate due to, and it's the push pull of I'm saving my village, but in a dishonorable way. And I like that story because it has the balance. It makes it feel real to me. So yeah, I was really invested in this story. Without going too, if you want to play it, I don't want to just spoil the piece by piece, but that's the overall arc. The ending is cool. But yeah, I just absolutely love this particular armor. And you believe you get this somewhere in the middle of the game, but this is the ghost armor because they have different armors for the different clans. They got like Ronin armor, his village's armor. I mean, it's the Sakai clan, something like that. I could stand to replay this, but all in all, whatever the case may be, I absolutely love Ghost of Tsushima. Landed in my top 25 games of all time somewhere, and Figma really knocked this figure out the park. Only articulation issue seemed like I had was that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But it seemed like it's like the little shoulder wouldn't go over. But yeah, I like how the little armor flaps flap in the front and the back. I like that they use a cloth cape. This is instantly one of my favorite figures, even down to the little design. His Ghost of Tsushima design is right there in his I believe it's on the sword sheaths too, am I not mistaken? Nah. But what's kind of cool is they made it to where it looks like, come on camera. Yeah, they made it to where it looks kind of dirty, like it's been gripped. I really, really like that because this is the second time I've had it open. Yeah, it shows kind of like a dirtish kind of look where the grip is. But nonetheless, they knocked this figure out the park. The only thing that's kind of weird is those hollowed out knees. But I mean, he does have baggy pants, and this does a good job of covering it up. So even though they have that, the armor still doesn't fully expose it. So, you know, this is the kind of stuff that I like to see. If you have to give like a imperfection, you know, because his knee needs to articulate. It's a great articulation on the knee too, but you have to hollow the knee out. But the fix, you got like that covers it up. I like when the companies do things like that to where it kind of keeps the appearance intact. But yeah, if you see this, definitely pick this up. If you love Go to Tsushima, man, tell me what you like about it. Yeah, tell me how high it ranked on your list. And I got a few pictures I'll show you of him posing. But all in all, this definitely, I'm so excited. Oh, and I forgot. Ta-da! Finally got a ruler. And before we go, he stands around. That's about, looks like about five and a half. 5.5 inches. But yeah, man. Jin Sakai, Ghost of Tsushima. And if you haven't played it and you like samurai ninja style games, especially on the more technical end, because this is a little bit more technical than say Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden was my franchise, but you know, with the sword stances and changing them on the fly, yeah, this really got me, man, on so many different levels. But other than that, great figure. Figma did this. I've been excited about this. This was worth the wait, and happy that I got it. This is like my second time looking at it out the box, but definitely lived up to what my expectation was. But until next figure, peace.